book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 33. It says, "Thus said the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go."
Right, first and foremost, we want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakodash. Right, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, right, who rule well, and our elders. Right, peace and blessing to the brothers that push this word in sincerity and in truth, to the sisters that listen and stand. We say shalom, right, shalom to the elect. Right, there are a few brothers from GMS Trinidad,
Brother Kwam,
and Howard. Right, we come to the spirit and power of Hashem Yashai. You know, to do a video on the Trail of Tears. You know, as the scriptures say, the children of Judah and children of Israel was oppressed together. You know, and they that held them captive refused to let them go. Right? And that is captivity. Right? Because even in this now time, right, we under oppression. Right? We under bondage. Right? And they refuse to basically to release us, right? For us to serve our true power, because that is what the Lord told Pharaoh in Exodus, in the book of Exodus. Hey, let go my people that they may serve me, right? But the house of Esau, Edom, they don't want us to serve our true power, because they know once the nation of Israel get back together to serve the true power, that will be the end of their rulership, you know. But I want to digress too much. I just want to go into the Trail of Tears, you know, and read a few things about the harsh reality that we went through, our foreparents, you know, the natives, the Americans went through, you know what I mean, on this trail, you know. So it reads, it says, the brutal reality of everyday life on the Trail of Tears. Alright? It says, the Trail of Tears, the forced immigration of Choctaw Creek, right? Choctaw, Cherokee, Seminole tribe members, and many others from their ancestral lands in the U.S. Southeast to allow territory of Oklahoma resulted in the death of over 4,000 Native Americans along the way. What was everyday life on the Trail of Tears like? Right? What was the everyday life on the Trail of Tears like? Thanks to many surviving first-hand accounts of the trail, we have records of the harsh, brutal reality of daily life during over 1,000 miles of harsh traveling. Right? So it says in 1830, President Andrew Jackson signed the Indian Removal Act, a document that authorized the U.S. government to extinguish Indian titles to lands in Southeast, right? The treaty authorized the president to negotiate with Indian tribes in order to gain access and make improvement to their lands and offer resettlement funds of tribes and groups willing to move west, right? So they wanted to modify, in other words, they wanted to take the land of the natives, right? For their own benefits, right?
our precept here.
Can?
This is Job chapter 24, and starting at verse 2. It says, "Some remove the landmark, they violently take away flocks, and feed therefore. They drive away the ass of the fatherless and take the wild ox for a pledge.
Yeah, so they took away the land.
They take the widow ox for a pledge.
Yeah, so they took away the properties. Right? In other words, the white man, right? They came and they took away their land, they took away their belongings, they took away their lively stock, their livelihood, they took away their life. Right? And that is what Esau does.
They even showed it in this movie. It's like a imitation purge. The name of it is Forever Purged. And an Edomite who actually own cattle, he own a farm. Right? Some other Edomites come up against him. But what they said, yeah, it's true that we took the land from the East Indians, but you know, he was trying to beg for your own life because basically the same thing was going to happen to him. And you're telling the other cracker, like, hey, you have to be like that. You understand? Even though we do that, you have to do it, you understand? But in the Forever Purge, one of the reasons there was continuing the purge because they wanted to get rid of all brown-skinned people or all people who they don't believe are real American. And the thing about it is they're so bold-faced because they came and they meet the people in there and you want to run them out. You know, he is not but a thief. And that's why Yahushua said the thief come to steal and to destroy. And the spiritual entity Satan, because a lot of people are saying what Satan is, what Satan take from him not understanding anything. Satan just means adversary. And our adversary, our Satan is who? These so-called white people. Because they are the ones who come and they stole everything, they decrees, unrighteous decrees, and they run the people out of their own land.
Is yeah, something?
Yeah, something. Which one here? It's Deuteronomy chapter 27 and verse 17. It says, "Cursed be he that removeth his neighbor's landmark, and all the people shall say, Amen."
Yeah, so you think your blessing is a blessing, but your blessing is a curse.
That's right.
Right? So the scripture says, "Curse be he that removeth a man landmark." Right? So you curse. Right? Because that is the Lord. The Lord put that law there.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
The Micah
No, you will. Yeah, you will.
In Micah 2 and verse 1, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. You understand? So they devise iniquity, they work unrighteous decrees, pursuant to Isaiah 10. When I finish, I have an expression.
Yeah, can I really go ahead?
Okay, right? And verse 2, and they covet fields, right? So they desire fields, you know, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Therefore, thus said the Most High Yahweh, behold, against this family do I devise an evil from which ye shall not remove your necks.
We read over that part, Baba Krisha.
What, verse 2 or 3?
Verse 3.
Verse 3? Right, so he said, therefore thus said Yahweh Hashem El Shai, behold, against this family do I devise an evil from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go hotly, for this time is evil. Or,
Good.
right? But yeah, basically finish there.
I did?
Yeah. Or you wanted verse 2 over?
Yeah.
Right. It says, and they covet fields and take them by violence.
Yeah, they covet fields and take it by violence. And that clear to see what they did to the native. What we're reading here about right now. And they take it by violence, so we go read further into it and we will see how they take it by violence.
Because they kill out a lot of the, I think they change the whole structure
of the land.
Not just the land, but the buffalo.
Yeah.
You know, the buffalo is some other thing right now, like not the ancient buffalo that was.
It's for lack of a better word, a GMO.
I forget what they call it. Not a bison. I forget the name. A buffalo soup.
You can remember I read a scripture before, it said taking the ox and the widow for a pledge. You know? So they're taking these things. Yeah, something I'll put one here again. This is Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 28. It says, remove not the ancient landmark which thy fathers have set.
You sort of want to hear that because you see he don't really care because he wasn't given anything, right? So anything that the Lord bestow upon us, he's the adversary, so he will destroy it, right? Everything in that law, the way the Lord tell you to do, he gonna demolish it.
Yeah.
So I'll jump back in. It says the Trail of Tears was the result of treaties, forced government intervention, and wars between different tribes and the U.S. government. The list documents some of the features of daily life on the Trail of Tears. Right? It says Cherokees were charged tolls on a walk they were forced to take. Right? It goes on. It says, at many points on the Trail of Tears, immigrants, Indians were forced to go many miles off the main route to avoid towns and cities where residents did not want them to come through. That, like as we were saying earlier, in when we was leaving the land of Egypt, and we was to pass through certain other people land like Edom, whatever the case might be, and they didn't want we to go through, right? We say we go just go about, we go look to the left, we go look to the right, we go just go straight through. You know what I mean? And they still said nah. It says here, it says in some places, cities where residents did not want them to go through. In some cities, landowners would charge them fees to cross over their lands, and the fees weren't cheap. For example, after traveling through Tennessee and Kentucky, the Cherokee reached southern Illinois, but they had to cross the Ohio River to get there. To cross the river on a ferry, the Cherokee were charged $1 a head. Right? And in that time, that was money. It says an equivalent to $22.26 today. Other users of the ferry, meanwhile, typically paid 12 cents. Right? So other users, other than the Cherokee, like maybe like other residents, that way they used to pay a way cheaper fee.
12 cents they're paying.
Which is equivalent to $2.67 today.
I believe Cherokee was paying.
Was paying the equivalent, yeah, which is $22.26.
And look at the wickedness. You come on my land, you come and meet me there, and you see those conceits of the laws or whatever the hell they just call it, right? With this devil they call Christopher Columbus. And you and your people come and meet me on my land, play nice, force me out of my land, and I had to pay you. I had to pay you for running me out of my land. Right? And now why the scripture saying Deuteronomy 2:6 was also telling brother Calabar to bring it out on the good time. When you're passing through, you saw it on the most I say meddle not to them. You understand? If you think you just buy water in cases, but don't meddle with these people. You understand? They're not your friends. You understand?
Awesome. This is Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 10. It says, a righteous man regarded the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. Cruel, you know, because as the document was saying, that they had to pay so much money being enslaved in your own land, with somebody come and meet you in. You know?
Yeah, me paying court tax.
This is Job 20 and verse 4. It says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrites are for a moment. Right? So it's just for a moment. Or they're gonna be on that high horse. Right? We know you're gonna crash just now. Just for touching the apple of the Lord's eye. Right? Psalms 40 and verse 9, it says, my own, a matter of fact, I go hold up on this question. I will continue and then we go right? It says so it says others, the users of the ferry, meanwhile, typically paid 12 cents, the equivalent of $2.67 today. Right? It says it was freezing cold. A soldier named John G. Burnett, a captain in Abraham McLennan's company, who was assigned to help translate on the Trail of Tears, recorded his memories of the Trail of Tears. Memories of the trail. On his 80th birthday, he referred to the trail as the most brutal order in history of American warfare. Right? The most brutal order in history of American warfare. It says, while his recorded memory provide many deeply moving and personal details from the trail, the weather is perhaps the brutal elements of the trail that he referred to most. In May of 1838, the Cherokee were rounded up and put into stockage in Cleveland, Tennessee, until October of that year. So from May to October, about 5 months.
And on that trail, I want to believe they're expecting the whole lot of them to die off on that trail. You know? So the scripture say, the Most High say that therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
And also said that what the days of a man's life may be numbered, but the days of the children of Israel are innumerable. As we told them.
It says this means that October of that year, when they finally began the trail, this means that they completed the 1,000-mile journey in the dead of winter. In the dead of winter. As Burnett remembered, many were forced to walk in bare feet, with only the thinnest blankets of warmth as the sheet and snow fell on them due to the cold and exposure. Many contracted illness like they call it pneumonia, and died, right? And that's
some of them will be getting that frostbite and all kind of thing. Some will be lost their foot.
look up that pneumonia, right?
Pneumonia.
It says lungs inflammation caused by bacterial or viral infection in which the air sacs fill with pus and may become solid. Inflammation
Frozen.
may infect both lungs. So that's a real brutal way to die. A dread way to die. So you say pneumonia and died as the result. So days with how I was to go through, walking bare feet.
And I could imagine he saw telling them it is Friday. You know, it's not that walk is not a far walk, and they must be on horses.
They're on horses,
And-
chariots, chariots and horses.
And
Carriage, you may call it.
the natives walking. You know? This is Psalm chapter 5 and verse 9. It says, "For there is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their inward part is very wickedness. Their truth is an open sepulchre.
They're not trustworthy.
They flatter with their tongue."
Because they promise them a whole lot of things.
Can.
So that the flattery.
Because you know, say, yeah, the other, you know, is poison on their tongue.
Can.
They broke over 200 and something treaties with the natives. Due to that, the scripture say, oh, it was like oil.
Smoother than butter. But yet,
The words we had.
And they were John stones. So they are not to be trusted at all. And same thing it does do with these entertainment superstars whatever the cases. You understand, they become the manager, they cut a deal with them whatever the cases, and they do the majority of the profit. Right? Imagine you come on the people like land, you run them out, and what they done, you're so bold. Marlon, get up, Marlon! Marlon!
And what precept here is Psalm 41 and 9. It says, "Yea, my own familiar friend, in whom I've trusted, which did eat of my bread, has lifted up his heel against me."
Yeah, because the natives showed them how to live.
Yeah, they give them secrets on how healing or whatever the case might be.
Yeah, medicines. Just like the guy over here with Angostura bitters, with the Tara wars going on, and I think it's a civil war, whatever the case is, right? And we went on them crackers, and them was getting sick, and it was some natives who taught the fellow come out with Angostura bitters, the herbs, whatever the case is, to put together to heal them, right? And down to this day, we heard the Senate only 5 people mainly supposed to have that secret, the ingredients, whatever the case is, and when they're doing the concoction in Angostura bitters, they just go upstairs. The 5 people come together, they get whoever the ingredients, whatever the case is. Nobody can't be there when they're doing it. You understand? But we taught them the secrets of herbs and stuff. You know, and they take it and they benefited from it, and they start listening back.
And it says, "But thou, Yahweh, be merciful unto me, and rise me up, that I may requite them." You know? Going back in, right? Now you really come here to make that noise?
Insects. You do the most.
Something, you know.
Good.
This is Job chapter 19. I'll start at verse 10. Right? Start at verse 9. He had stripped me from my glory and taken the crown from my head. He had destroyed me on every side, and I am gone, and mine hope had he removed like a tree. He had also kindled his wrath against me, and counted me unto him as one of his enemies. His troop come together and rise up their way against me, and encamp round about my tabernacle. He had put my brethren far from me, and my acquaintance are very estranged from me. My kinsfolk have failed, and my familiar friends have forgotten me.
Hey, Slap, just read over what that, Slap.
And it says, my kinsfolk have failed, and my familiar friends have forgotten me.
And from the top, Slap. Slap, yeah.
He had stripped me of my glory and taken my crown from me, my head.
Yeah, basically, he helped cause our downfall. In natives was over here alone, there was flourishing. Yes, it had little tribal wars, whatever the case is, amongst the other 10 tribes. Alright, but I forget the name of one of the natives. He said before the so-called white man, you know, the place was a how you say, basically like a paradise still.
Gone.
You understand? Most of man would have had to do was have sex and thing and just guide the house, the woman do this, do that, you know, the rivers, everything was nice. As soon as they touch down, they pollute the waters, man had to get up and work, you know, whatever the case is, the trees, the deforestation, all these kind of things. But also, there was a glorious people. Alright?
Flourishing.
The tribe of Reuben, they used to wear them feather crowns, whatever the case is. And what they do, they put yokes of iron upon the natives' neck. You understand?
And them I thought they had them depressed, you know, they're drinking what is called that beer and all them kind of foolishness.
You understand?
Where they had them in these what is called the places, had them in the place where they had the natives and them, what is called them settlements, them what is called
Can't remember. I have an idea, but I can't really place the word.
Oh.
It says it was.
Oh,
You finished? So long.
It says, he had destroyed me on every side, and I am gone, and my hope
Go on.
had you removed.
Yeah, that kind of because of the fun to it.
Yeah, go on.
It says, he had destroyed me on every side, and I am gone, and my hope had he removed like a tree.
Yeah, he stripped us of everything. Our name, our heritage, our land, you know. But
He had also kindled his wrath against me, and had counted me unto him as one of his enemies. His troops came together and rise up their way against me, and encamped round about my tabernacle.
the same kind of Christian thing, even when you watch Pocahontas, I watched the whole thing the other day, it was actually showing on the national TV, you understand? But they come against them with weapons, this Negro, when I mean Negro, this cracker thing down he flag, I named this land by King, what you call it, of England, however the case is. You coming up people and I'm putting down your flag.
Like if you fucking, like if they just so. Them ain't easy, you know.
You telling me?
But who gave them the authority?
Good.
Disgusting. It says,
I'm an idiot.
he had put my brethren far from me, and my acquaintance are very estranged from me.
He scattered the tribe and he put conflict between them. Though they already had little conflicts as I stated before. What make them worse?
God.
When the natives used to help the so-called Africans, which is the other 3 tribes of Israel, came over here and they put enmity between both of them. If I find
They separate the family.
If I find this native helping this one here, I will punish this one, I will punish that one, you know.
Right? My kinfolk have failed, and my familiar family have forgotten me.
Forget it. Look right about now in jail. The Mexicans and Judah, they just have it out. They forget his family. Big waters be going on inside of it.
Right?
Right?
Right, back in the article, it says it was treated as a spectator sport. Samuel Cloud turned 9 years old on the Trail of Tears, and his story was recorded by his great-grandson. Among the many said reminiscences that Cloud recounts, the very ending of his story stands out in its perversity. Cloud writes that he hates the white man who lined the roads in their wooden clothes that kept them warm watching the Indians pass. My preceptor back up the Psalms because you say he hate the white man, right? And you have a good reason to. You have a damn good reason to.
That's the spirit that all Israel supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's
right.
the other nations right about now basically hate the so-called white man.
If I can say, being a brother's keeper is you hating the same thing that they hate,
Yeah.
right? And we hate what they hate. We hate what the Most High hate,
Yeah.
right? Because that was unrighteousness. This is Psalms 39 and verse 10. It says, surely thou wilt slay the wicked. O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, depart from me, therefore, you bloody men. For they speak against thee wickedly, and thine enemies take thy name in vain. Do not I hate them, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that hate thee? And it says, and am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee? I hate them perfectly. I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them mine enemies. Right? So, in the right spirit, right? They were in the right spirit. Right? And we right now, as they call us the hate group, right? Yes, we hate what the Heavenly Father hate. We hate Esau, we hate the so-called
Hate with unrighteousness.
and they are the unrighteous.
Amos 5.5 verse.
You know, you people go want to block and delete men videos for putting up for putting up the truth. You know, but things like these, when all was kind of people in slavery and killing them. What happened there? You know, that not hateful.
It says Amos 5 and verse 15. Hate the evil and love the good, and establish judgment in the gate. It may be that Yahweh Shem and Shai power of hosts will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph. You understand? So we are to hate the evil. So we hate unrighteous laws, we hate unrighteous decrees, we hate the unrighteous people. You understand?
Something back here, okay? This is Psalm chapter 5, starting at verse 4.
Exactly.
It says, for thou art not a power that had pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee.
Yeah, and the people who came over here doing this was Christians. They were Christians. Some of them hardcore Christians, because they always used to at the church. Alright? So, if you people saying that all these so-called God-fearing people, alright, it wasn't that the Most High had no pleasure in what? In unrighteousness.
Done.
So, wasn't that unrighteous? Alright? But they themselves no aspect of the scriptures.
No, we don't.
Because the law of war and whatever the case is. But the things that all they do was totally unrighteous.
Done. Atrocities. This is verse 5. It says, the foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity.
And who is the foolish? 53 and 1 and 14 and 1. The fool has said in his heart there is no God. Alright, you people are the ones who come across with that doctrine in the first place. Right? You people rape a man, wife right in front of him. You people rape men. Men raping men. They're teaching boys how to be harlots. You know. And when all they done, all they say, all these God chosen people, right? They stink nasty bastards.
It says, thou shalt not destroy them that speak listen.
Yeah, and listen, they speak lies. The head of the government, the head of the state, they always speak lies. Look at it. Why I think it having war right now? Because this peace treaty that all they have with Russia during the Cold War, all they go against that. And that is why all they looking to run to underground bunkers. That's why all the Bamsi clapping now, as we don't say here in Trinidad, because all they frightened, because all they know the Most High is just, and is an Edomite state. He say, basically, you know, Brother Marcus, I can remember the quote properly. He think because he know the Most High is just, right? That Edomite was saying that, and he basically like fear for America. Edomite, that was a big thing on TikTok. He was saying, basically the time when I come to thing, and he was begging Jake to be a house white man. He say, I know how to cook, I know how to think, you understand? Because what they see the tables turning for those who have eyes to see. And who knows, that person, he's showing humility, he might even be a Edomite. You understand? Just the complexion of his skin, frightening him. He might even be a Edomite, who knows?
Yeah, Mona.
It says, Thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing. Yahweh will abhor the bloody and deceitful man.
And this document that the brother going into showing you who bloody and deceitful, because it was by deceit they conquered the land of America.
And blood. It goes on. It says, right, so it says, he hid the white man. Right, it says, starting here now. It says, if we picture this scene, sick and dying Native Americans are struggling over miles of freezing, desolate lands removed from their ancestral homeland, forced by the U.S. government to an unknown place in order to survive. Right? So they will move out of their land to go into someone else's places where they don't know. Right? For them to develop wherever they develop. Right? And as they struggled, white spectators stand along the road offering nothing, staring on in silence.
Okay. This is Ezekiel 35 and verse 10 and 11. Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it. Whereas Yahweh Hashem Yahushai was there. Which two nations, which two countries? The nation of Israel and nation of Judah. The land of Israel and the land of America, because they came over here and they inhabited that land. And Yahweh was there. When I mean Yahweh was there, when you go back and you even watch certain movies or certain documents, right? The natives used to have a big fire and they used to dance going around the fire saying Yah, Hawa, Yah, Hawa, Yah, Hawa. And Judah, they knew the name of the Lord. Alright? So what they did, they basically, the Lord was there, the Lord was in them at the end of the day, and they came, they drive the Judah, Benjamin, and Levi out of the land in 70 AD, right, into the land of Africa, which is the wilderness. And you people came over here, and you put the natives in shackles, you kill them out. Christopher Columbus, brother, used to love to murder the natives. They would rape the woman, they'll kill the little children.
Say Christopher Columbus didn't used to put on his sword for an hour. Kill a lot of natives.
Yeah, I think it's over 100 million. Some, but I ain't even seen that book again, but I used to, walk with it and they now come in the truth. But it's over, I think, 100 million Jews, natives that they killed.
I'm a precept here. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 12. It says, Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establish a city by iniquity.
Okay.
Yeah, so we go to them and build a city with blood. And America was built by blood, and that city was established by iniquity, by falsehood and by wickedness. So it won't last long, As scripture says about Daniel, so the stone rolled long in Babylon.
That's right.
So very soon it will be at a perpetual end.
So hey, we will stop there for tonight. It have Lord's will we go make a part 2 because it have a lot of reading here. A lot of information here to come out still. So with that we give our praises, all honor and glory to Yahweh, Vashem Yahushai, Vashem Kodash. I double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone rule well. Lesson citation to the men that push this word in sincerity and truth. We want to the sisters that listen also in Psalms, Shalom.